Hello beautiful souls, and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. Today I'm doing another pick a card reading for you, and this pick a card reading is all about what major shifts are happening in your life at this time. Okay, so like huge shifts, energy shifts, transformations, changes, things like that are happening at this time for you. So feel free now to pause and meditate on the piles if you need to do so. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. Okay, so if you need to take time to pause and meditate on your piles, feel free to do so, but I will leave a link in the description box below to each of the piles to make it easy for you to go to the pile of your choice. Okay, so check out the timestamps below, and I will see you at your pile. Hello, pile number 1. If you chose this crystal here, then this is your reading all about what big major shifts are happening in your life at this time. Energy changes, energy shifts, transformations, and things like that. This is a collective reading, so please use your intuition to guide you like always. Alright, so I'm going to start by rolling the dice here to kind of see what energy we might be dealing with for you, pile number 1. So please, Spirit, for pile number 1, what major energy shifts are happening right now for pile number 1? Energy shifts for pile number 1. Alright, so we have Pluto, so you're definitely going through a transformation. We also have Sagittarius in the 10th house. So some of you could have a Sagittarius sun, moon, or rising in your chart. Okay, but we also have the 10th house. So I feel like there's a huge transformation in energy shift in regards to your career, or getting recognition in your career, achieving some sort of public recognition for something. Maybe you've been trying to receive recognition or go through like a transformation in your career. If that's the case, then I definitely feel this for you. Or I just feel like there's a huge shift right now happening in your 10th house specifically, right, in regards to your career. Some of you could have Sagittarius, like a Sagittarius MC. Your 10th house could be in Sagittarius, things like that. Okay, also though, some of you could be, traveling or going through some sort of like trying to get like higher education, trying to learn, trying also a lot of like spiritual shifts, spiritual beliefs, religion, things like that. A lot of optimism though, and a lot of like, I feel like a lot of abundance is coming your way. I do feel like there's this huge like recognition that you're gonna get, right, in your career, or just receive public recognition for some reason. That's what I'm picking up on right away here. But let's see, I'll just roll the dice 2 more times to kind of see what other zodiac signs we can get for you, pile number 1. So some of you could be a Cancer, sun, moon, or rising if you're watching this, or we also have a Libra, sun, moon, or rising. Okay, so there we go. Now let's take a look at the cards you were drawn towards. So it says, find a way to forgive. Okay, pile number 1, find a way to forgive. So take this if it resonates, but some of you are needing to forgive someone or something in order to move on, right? I feel like there's this energy that might be holding you back a little bit, that might be affecting different areas of your life because you hold on to some sort of resentment, possibly from the past, or there's someone that you need to forgive from your past, okay, that might have hurt you. And this could also be in regards to your career as well. If you had like a coworker that really, made your career life tough, but either way, there's someone or something you need to forgive. This could even be yourself. You could need to forgive yourself as well for a situation, but in order to move forward and transform and have this energy shift, you're needing to forgive. Let's see what else we have. We have here numbers and doubles. So this is 1111, by the way. So 1111, if this resonates for any of you at all, maybe you see 1111 a lot. If this is a sign or synchronicity, then there you go. But it says numbers and doubles, synchronicity, and 2. Don't hold back your love now. Life is meant for you. Okay, so yeah, there's a huge message here that's saying don't hold back. It's like there's some sort of energy that's holding you back a little bit, and in order for this energy shift to come through, you need to not hold yourself back any longer. You're needing to let go of something, I feel like. some sort of past energy, some sort of hurt, pained energy from the past. And as soon as you let that go and you allow yourself to heal and forgive and move forward, that's when you're going to see a huge, powerful shift and transformation, okay? So let's see what else we have for you, pile number 1. All right, so we have health, and we also have confidence, the number 30, the number 32, the number 3, the number 5. Okay, so I feel like there's a huge shift coming in your confidence, and I feel like this confidence shift is going to actually bring you a lot of recognition, because people are going to start like noticing your energy change, and you're going to start feeling good about yourself. And because you're feeling good about yourself and you have this bit of confidence, that attracts others to start noticing you more, okay? And with health here, a lot of you are having a transformation and a huge change in your health. Now, I am not a medical professional. I do not give medical advice or anything like that. So please do seek out professional advice through a licensed doctor, therapist, whatever else it may be. But this is a sign that there could be improvements and shifts and transformations in regards to your health. So this could even just be you wanting to focus a little bit more on your health, taking care of your body, taking care of your mind, taking care of your soul, however this resonates for you. But there is a huge shift in your health, okay? And then we have boundaries and family. Okay, so that's interesting. Some of you are needing to set, right off the bat, I'm getting this message of like setting boundaries within your family. Perhaps this is something you're struggling with. I feel like there's some sort of family situation that stresses you out. There's some sort of family situation that stresses you out. This could be someone from your past in regards to family that you're needing to find a way to forgive, but also a sign that you're needing to set better boundaries, okay? I feel like this pile is a pile that probably absorbs energies really easily. And because of that, that's why this boundaries is needing to be set. You may have people-pleasing tendencies. You may not want to let other people down. And just, you know, really focusing on setting stronger boundaries is going to be really important. And specifically in regards to family, I'm feeling like a sense of boundaries needing to be set within your family or between you and some family members. Or again, finding a way to forgive someone, and this could be in regards to somebody from your family actually, or needing to just forgive a family situation that happened or unfolded in your life in order to truly heal and move forward. And actually doing so is going to benefit your health and your confidence, because I feel like some of you have this lack of confidence that stems actually from a family situation, whether like a parent made you feel unloved or a family member made you feel unworthy of being loved or whatever else that may be. But I feel like this situation really took a toll on your health as well. So that's a huge transformation and shift that's going to start unfolding for you, is like you're healing. I feel like you're healing a situation in regards to family, learning how to set more boundaries, focusing on your mental and physical health. And through all of this healing, you're actually going to find a lot of confidence and improved health. So that's really positive. And now we also have personal growth and adventure. Okay, so look at that. With the number 7 or the number 55 as well. A lot of 5 showing up, so again signifies a huge change. Like through this situation, you're getting a lot of personal growth, and that's a huge energy shift for you, is this sense of personal growth here, because you're learning. It's like through your healing journey, you're learning how to set boundaries, you're learning more about yourself, you're connecting with your higher self more, your soul more, and you're actually going through a huge personal growth journey. And I do feel like there's a sense of a new adventure and a new shift coming in for you through all of this. So we have ask body. Okay, so again with the focus of health. With this card, I get the sense of like, you know, pay attention to what your body is trying to tell you, okay? Because sometimes our body will try to tell us things just by the way that you know, if all of a sudden we have like a stomach ache or we have a headache, or just our bodies will tell us if we feel really tired, there's a reason why this is happening. It's trying to tell you that, you know, you need to pay attention to it more, you need to heal more. Okay, so ask your body, like, what is it that you need me to focus on? What do I need to heal? But I also just got this deck, so I'm going to read from the guidebook as well, because I think it will be really helpful. And now we also have nature. So I feel like a lot of you are in tune with nature. Connecting with nature more actually makes you feel good inside. So that's something to keep in mind. And we have share wisdom. Okay, so some of you have a lot of wisdom that you're meant to share in this lifetime. That's a message that's coming through. But let's look at the guidebook to see what it says. So for share wisdom, it says this card is about the wisdom of experience. Our most potent medicine is born from the trials we have endured. It is easy to underestimate all that we know and all that we have learned, but we each have a unique perspective in offering to this world. Our wisdom evolves with us. Right now, you are being asked to speak more loudly about what you do know. Do not worry about what you don't know or whether you think you are qualified enough. It's time to put voice to all that you have experienced, okay? So some of you have like a story to tell, a story to share. You've been through a lot. I feel like you've been through a lot in your life. So far, I just saw 11:11, by the way, on the clock there. So the badger is known for being strong, powerful, and incredible digger and a ferocious fighter. Okay, so you're a fighter. You've been through a lot, but you've also learned a lot through what you've been through. And I feel like a lot of people benefit from that because you probably share your wisdom with others. Other people probably come to you for advice, for guidance. You have a really healing spirit. I can feel that you have this healing spirit about you, and you probably attract a lot of people that are maybe broken or just need your wisdom, okay? So never feel ashamed for what you've experienced or what you've gone through, because you've learned so much. And then with nature, well, with Ask Body, we have in spiritual work, the body is often overlooked. There is a tendency to go higher rather than go deeper. This card encourages you to enter into a dialogue with your body. Our physical body holds all of our experiences, our heart, mind, and spirit. It also has inherited significant experiences and traumas that have been passed on in our lineage. To dialogue with the body is to get to the root of the matter where our minds can only guess, okay? So some of you might actually have like ancestral like wounds that are tied in to your family, like repeated toxic cycles that you're meant to break in this lifetime, okay? That's a big thing here that I'm getting. So again, if there is a family situation that you're hurt from, that you're holding on to, definitely healing from that is going to be crucial. It's going to bring you so much change and transformation into your life and a lot of abundance just by breaking these toxic cycles within maybe your lineage here, like repeating trauma that you're meant to break and things like that. And then we have with nature. Nature has a profound effect on our well-being. It increases creativity, relieves depression and anxiety, improves memory and focus, and rewires our stress response hormones. Studies have shown that even looking at photographs of nature can be of benefit. If you live in a place where you can easily access nature, spend some time this week to get out there. If you do not, think of some creative ways you can interact with nature from where you are, whether that is sourcing local vegetables, plant medicine, or even spending time in a park. You can also create an altar using natural materials like sticks, leaves, grasses, flowers, dirt, rocks, sand, and however you feel called. So yeah, I feel like nature is really healing and beneficial to this whole transformation and process that your soul is wanting to go through right now and shift and transmute this energy out of you and to bring healing energy into you. So we also have conjunction here with empowerment, okay? So strengthens, joins forces, saturates, overrides, overwhelms, okay? And then we have the 11th house. You guys see, so I feel like some of you, if you have like an online business that you're trying to start up, or like social media or something like that. I feel like some of you are going to be going through transformation and getting recognized online. If you use online to share your story, to share your experiences, or whatever else, I feel that is a huge shift that's happening. But also within your friendship and your group creativity and community, there's a huge shift, as well as your common goals, your dreams. Mercury, communication. Okay, yeah, words, thoughts, information, learning, trade, ideas. Okay, awareness, perception, curiosity. You're wanting to communicate something. I feel like there's like a story within you or something like that, where like you can become this confident speaker, almost like you have a lot of experiences that you can communicate and share what you've learned through these experiences and actually help heal others through it. And then complexity, irritates, puzzles, complicates, contradicts, okay, educates, but also transforms here. So yeah, there is a huge shift, a huge transformation. You're gonna feel really empowered through this healing journey that you're on, through healing this family issue, through setting boundaries, getting your health back in order here, and actually sharing wisdom. I feel like that's really going to bring you a lot of empowerment. So we have adaptability, 23, or the number 5 again, okay? You're being asked to adapt through this process, because this shift will bring things that you might not expect, that could feel complicated in the moment, but you're adaptable, and being able to adapt with whatever's brought and thrown your way is a huge special gift of yours. And then we have Neptune, okay, perspective, 22. Some of you could be a master number 22, but with perspective here, it's like you're starting to look at this situation and the experiences that you've been through in a different perspective, right? Because before you might have thought like, oh my gosh, why did this happen to me? Like, you kind of looked at it through like the lens of almost like you felt like you couldn't heal from it, right? And now you're looking at it as like you're learning from what you went through, instead of looking at it like, you know, from a standpoint where you feel stuck. Now you're looking at it, all the trauma that you've been through, from a standpoint of, okay, what can I learn from this, and how can I move forward and share what I've learned from these experiences to improve my life and to improve other people's lives as a whole? And how can I transform and shift my mindset to be able to break whatever these cycles are that keep playing out, whether that's playing out in your own life, playing out in your family, things like that. You're starting to look at life from a different perspective. So we have your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. So if some of you have been, again, trying to work really hard at achieving something, here we have the 10th house energy showing up again with Capricorn. So you could be a Capricorn sun, moon, or rising. You know, Saturn might be your chart ruler or significant in your chart, things like that. But whatever you've been working really hard towards, it's going to be paying off really soon, okay? And then we have boundaries again. Look at that. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? So Spirit is really coming through to say, you know, where can you set boundaries when you're feeling drained? Why are you feeling this way? What are you like? Are you saying yes to things that you want to say no to? Are you having conversations with people that you know are just going to end up draining you, where you don't see eye to eye? Where do you need to set better boundaries so that you can feel better internally, okay? And then we have you're not for everyone. Embrace your weirdness, face your true north. Okay, so some of you have, now I'm getting this message. This won't be for all of you, but you know how I said this whole family boundaries thing? It's very possible that some of you, maybe not all of you, but it's very possible that your family doesn't understand like what it is you're wanting to pursue. It's kind of like giving me that energy like you have a different life path than what is seen as normal, or like what society would expect as normal. It's like you're wanting to do something that parents would look at and be like, oh, you can't make money from that, so you shouldn't go after that, or like they have different beliefs in what you believe in, or something like that. Is kind of like a message that's coming through as well. But just realize that, you know, if people don't understand you for you, if they don't embrace your authentic self, it does not matter, because their perspective is based off of their own life experiences and what they went through. And that's the thing, that's the beauty of life, is that we all have different perspectives and there's no right or wrong. So don't allow other people's opinions about you hold you back, or like break you, or stop you from going after what you want in life. Embrace who you are. Let your authentic side just shine through, because it needs to be seen. Okay, pile number 1. And now for the last cards here, we have By the Book with the number 11, and then Imagine with the number 12 here. I mean, with the number 20, sorry. Okay, so I'm going to read from the guidebook with this as well, because I love the messages from this book. So it says, abiding by social rules, conformity, respecting cultural or family customs, universal laws. See, I'm getting the message again that like your family wants you to follow a set structured way of living your life, or it's like you want to go against what society believes to be like considered normal or the right path. I feel like you're very like you're wanting to go against the grain here in some sense. You're wanting to try a path that's less traveled on, or things like that, and that's what I'm getting here. But this says the universe works within a structure of defined laws and principles that provides a framework for human experience and evolution. The law of abundance, the law of prayer, the law of karma, the law of attraction, the law of thought, the law of compensation, and the law of nature are only a few that are known. These principles create perfect order and operate with a kind of precision beyond human understanding. Even revolution has its place in universal law. Human beings, in turn, have their own laws and customs that vary from culture to culture and family to family. Laws keep social order and govern behavior, reflecting an instinctive understanding that harmony is important. This is a time to learn these laws and conform to them rather than being the rebel and flouting them. When this card appears, submit to structure and follow the rules even if they seem to make no sense. Release resistance for universal laws will correct any disharmony. Open your eyes to those universal laws and it will be easier to go by the book at this time. So check out the laws of the universe. I feel like if you learned the laws of the universe and you followed them, you would be able to manifest a lot. But I also have this sense that you might be someone who really is rebellious and doesn't like to do things like follow tradition and things like that. And perhaps sometimes this can cause conflict between you and other people because other people don't understand your way of being almost. It's like you have different perspectives than a lot of people that you're surrounded by, perhaps. And that could be what this card is talking about, okay? And then we also have Imagine here with the number 20, so let's see. It says, turning imagination into manifestation, creative thought, visualization, the power of aligning imagery and feelings, creativity, and illusions. Who do you want to be? What do you need to believe in order to have the life you want? You are gifted with the power to imagine. If you can dream it, you can create it. This is the time when your imagination is the key to manifesting the life you desire. Spend time daydreaming, fashioning a vision board to help you see your goals, or meditating. Allow the power of your creativity to deliver messages or to deliver images of what feeds your soul. Then allow your feelings to mingle with your inspirations and imagine these things being real right now. Then repeat. What you imagine will become your belief, and soon you will see these things come to pass in the outer world as if by magic. So you're working on manifesting, you're in manifesting energy, and this is part of the shift and transformation that's coming into your life at this time. It's like you're shifting into very imaginative energy where you can visualize what it is you want to attract into your life, and then you can manifest this into the physical reality and have what it is you desire, okay? So don't hold yourself back. There's a lot of recognition coming your way. I feel that. And there's definitely a need to set boundaries and possibly heal from a family situation. Okay, pile number one. So I hope this reading resonated in one way or another. If it did, give this a thumbs up, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button and notification bell to stay up to date with my new pick a card readings. Thank you so much for sharing your energy with me, and until next time. Hello, pile number two. If you felt drawn towards this crystal, then this is your reading all about what energy shift is coming into your life at this time, any transformations you're going through at this time. So let's see where this energy shift is happening. I'm going to roll the dice first here to kind of see the overall energy of where the shift is taking place. So please, Spirit, for pile number two, what energy shift is happening for pile number two? Alright, so we have the 12th house, the sun, and Capricorn. So some of you could be Capricorn, sun, moon, or risings. Capricorn energy is like hardworking, really structured, really traditional. With the 12th house showing up, this talks about like the unseen. With the sun being in the 12th house, perhaps you're feeling like you could be feeling like isolated a little bit, feeling like you don't really want to be around a lot of people. You could be focusing a lot on yourself, your mental health, your well-being here, taking care of you more. You also could be connecting a lot with the spiritual realms as well. But let's see what other signs we have for you. Pile number two. So we have Virgo, sun, moon, or rising. Some of you could be Virgo, sun, moon, or rising, and Gemini, sun, moon, or rising. Okay, so let's take a look at the card that you were drawn to here, this crystal card. It says it's time to transform. Wow, no kidding. You are definitely transforming. You're definitely shifting your energy. You're definitely going through transformation, pile number two. No doubt about that. It's time to transform, okay? And then we have Divine Guardian. Do not be nervous today or tonight. The path you are on will lead you just right. So if you're nervous or second guessing the path that you're on, this is Spirit coming through to tell you, do not be afraid. The path you are on is the right path. Keep going, keep pushing, and it is all going to be just fine. Don't let worries stop you or hold you back, okay? Some of you could be in your head a lot about, you know, just life in general, always constantly thinking about like, am I doing the right thing? Am I making the right moves? Will I ever be successful? Will I ever be feeling like, you know, life is working out for me? Okay, but Spirit's saying it's time to transform that way of thinking. Okay, it's like, start believing in yourself and in your path and in your journey, and realize that you are on the right path, destined for greatness. So let's see what else we have for pile number two. Trust and creativity. Look at that. So trust, the number 31 or the number 4, and creativity with the number 33 could be a life path number 4 or 33 here. But you're needing to trust for sure. You're definitely, I feel like you're a second guesser here. It's really hard for you to trust, especially to trust in things that you don't have the answers to, the things that you can't physically see. And that's why I think the 12th house is showing up here. It's like you're someone who really wants to see like concrete answers, right? You want all the answers before you make moves. It's really hard for you to, you might be more practical, more analytical when it comes to spirituality and truly believing and having faith. It might be more of a struggle for you because you're so like practical. You need evidence that everything's going to work out for you. You need set plans and foundations in place before you start like trusting and believing. It's like you need to see it to believe it kind of energy, right? But Spirit's saying it's time to trust that you are safe and you are secure. In love, I trust, my faith endures. Okay, so yeah, you're definitely needing to trust and have some faith in this path and in your journey. And then creativity. So I feel like there's a huge transformation and shift coming in regards to trusting more and having more faith. And through having more faith and trusting more, that's when you're going to start to see transformations happen and shift. And if you felt, I just heard something, if you felt like creatively blocked for a while now, I feel like this is something that's also going to be transforming and shifting for you. You're going to have this new sense of creativity. Like all of a sudden you're going to have all these ideas and things that you want to do. You're a really creative soul, even if you don't think so, but you really are. You have a lot of creativity within you, and I feel like there's something that you want to create. Now, if that message means anything to you, take it as a sign. If there's something that you're wanting to create, that is the sign for you to go and do it. All right, so we have courage. Yes, needing to have a lot more courage in yourself and taking risks more. And look at that, answers. You guys, you are the pile. You are the pile that wants all the answers. And it's so hard for you. It's so hard for you to move forward when you don't have all the answers. But sometimes we can't know everything, right? Sometimes we just have to trust. Trust in our decisions, trust in our choices. I feel like you're needing to strengthen your intuition more, and this is the energy shift that's coming your way. It's like you're learning how to trust in your intuition more, and through that, that's when the answers are within you, is what I'm getting right now. I'm hearing this right now. The answers are within you. The answers that you seek are already within you. Connecting more to your spiritual side, I feel like that's going to really help you and benefit you. And my dog just assured that. There's a lot of courage that you're needing. You're going to need to have courage to trust. Courage to trust in your path and trust that everything is working out for your highest good. Okay, and those answers that you are looking for are within you, and you just have to trust and believe, and they will start to be shown to you. Okay, and we have nature, and we also have manifestation. Look at that. So the number 8 here, okay, could be a life path number 8. But we also have 74, the number 12, or 3. So life path number 3, life path number 8. There's a shift in, you're going to be able to manifest something. Like I said, there's something you're wanting to manifest and create for yourself. And maybe you don't have much faith in that. So there's something that you are definitely trying to manifest here, and also you would benefit from spending more time in nature as well. So I feel like nature is really healing to you, especially because you were drawn to like this green crystal here, and nature green. So just being around nature is going to help heal and also help you manifest as well. So we have Jupiter expansion. Look at that. There's a lot of abundance coming your way. A lot of opportunities to travel, perhaps, a lot of teaching, exploration, expansion. You're expanding, and I feel like this has to do a lot too with expanding your mind, your creativity. Maybe there is something that you're wanting to create here. Oh, my hair. We have Cancer energy, so you could be a Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, but this also talks about just like, again, I feel like tapping more into this energy, like your intuitive energy, your nurturing energy, your more comforting and caring side, rather than, because I do feel like you have so much energy where it's hard for you to embrace your intuition because you're so logical, you're so analytical, you're so by the book type of energy structured. I just, for some reason, am feeling like a lot of you have that kind of energy to you, and you would benefit from trusting your intuition more and tapping into, you know, energy that's more like the energy of Cancer, right? And that's essentially what it's all about, family oriented and things like that. And we have a square challenge. Yeah, so there is, you know, creates tension, stalls, pressure into, frustrates, demands, struggles. So there is some kind of energy that you're wanting to move out of, this challenging energy, that there's something in your life that feels challenging, and this is what you're trying to shift away from, shift out of this challenging energy. And through doing so is when you learn to trust and embrace your intuition, when you learn to believe in your manifestations, because you do have a lot of manifesting abilities, but I feel like half the time it's really hard for you to trust that you have these abilities, to trust that you can have whatever it is you desire. And that's the kind of energy that we're trying to shift into, is trying to trust it. Look, transformation, Pluto. Yeah, there's a huge transformation happening for you. It's time for you to transform, right? It's time for you to look at things from a different perspective. It's time for you to believe that you can have what it is you desire, that you can create whatever it is you're wanting to create, manifest whatever it is you're wanting to manifest, but continue to move forward even if you don't have all of the answers yet. And know that the answers are within you, okay? So we have the universe and fate. Wow, two really powerful cards to get in this reading, I feel like. And this is a newer deck, so I'm going to read from the guidebook. So with the universe, well, let's start with fate. Okay, so this card is a reminder that you create your fate. While some lessons and experiences are inescapable, we have free will and choice within the life we are given. This does not always equal fairness, as we do not all start life from the same footing. Nonetheless, each choice we make matters. From this place, we can approach the creation of our life in an empowered way. Okay, so sometimes with the fate, right, sometimes if we are born into a situation where we have been given challenges to overcome and to face, it's really easy for us to blame those situations for where we're at in life, right? Like, we can sit there and we can blame that we don't have the life, like we don't have all the money in the world because we come from a family that is not wealthy. And we can look at other people who were born into wealth and think, wow, must be nice, must be great to be born into wealth, right? But here's the thing. That's the kind of mindset that actually holds you back, because you're looking at someone else's life in a way that you feel like they're better off than you, they're more fortunate than you, and you're keeping yourself in this lack mentality. Like, you're telling yourself you cannot be well off like they are because you were born into a situation where you weren't born into money, right? So you're telling yourself because you weren't born into money, you will never have that money. But that is what's holding you back, right? You can change your life. You don't need to be born into money in order to be wealthy, right? It's all about perspective, taking action towards what it is you want and believing that you can have it, and changing your lack mentality or your lack mindsets, and not looking at other people's lives and being envious of what they have, but instead focusing on, being appreciative for what you do have. And even though you were given challenges in life, you can overcome those challenges because you are strong. And you learn through all of the challenges you were faced, and you can, expand and have this luck, this material wealth, this expansion, this manifestation. You can manifest and create whatever reality you want for yourself. But it starts with you and the way that you think about it, in the way that you tell yourself. Because if you're telling yourself, I can't have this because I wasn't given this, or because of my challenges and my circumstances, well then, yeah, you're going to keep yourself in that energy. And that's the energy shift that we're wanting to change here, that the universe is wanting to bring in, this energy shift, shifting away from this kind of mentality. But you have to allow yourself to also transform and change those mindsets. And then with the universe, this card asks you to fully trust that there is a plan for you and that you have the support of the unseen. The unseen, the 12th house. There is a plan for you to trust in your plan, to trust in the path, right? There are forces at play much larger than you could imagine. Surrender to that which you cannot control and trust in the idea that Spirit is always orchestrating what is most needed. This card may come at a time when a cycle or trial is also coming to a close. Phrase any what-if questions in a positive way. What if this is going to be okay? What if this is exactly as it should be? See, there is the mindset shift, okay? It says sometimes we become paralyzed in the practical world because we are waiting for Spirit to show us the way. You're waiting for those answers. You're waiting for the guidance, okay? However, the universe co-creates with us. We must be empowered as humans in this dense reality to show up for what we want and trust that spirit will do the same. If you are someone who is always asking for signs, try to take a break from that. Trust yourself as well. Look at that. That just goes into everything I was saying. You guys are really practical. You want to see all the answers and all the signs. But oftentimes, the universe is like, nope, I'm teaching you how to trust. Because that's part of your life lessons here. I feel like is that you're learning how to trust and be more spiritual and trust in yourself and learn how to co-create with the universe so that you can manifest the life that you desire. But it all starts with just trusting and believing that you can have that. And now we have healing. Okay, so yeah, number 33. Look at that, 33 again. 33. So there is something that you're healing, and this healing is going to bring in this energy shift for you as well. So if there is mindsets that you have that stem from, you know, childhood, maybe you weren't born into a wealthy family and you have some lack mentalities, lack mindsets because of this, you feel like you're not worthy of, you know, having all the abundance that you want or that you desire because of the situations you were put in. You're healing this mindset. You're healing from childhood. You're healing any wounds so that you can bring in this flow. And then we have the sun, number 18 or the number 9, with clarity. Okay, again, I feel like the answers that you need will come when they're meant to. And you will have more clarity, but at first you're gonna just have to trust before you know all of the answers. So this pile got 2 cards. Share your voice. Come out of the cave. Persecution, expression. So some of you, this creativity might be involved with sharing your voice as well. Whether that's like you want to write something, you want to sing, you want to become a public speaker, you feel like you have a message to share. Whatever this is for you, you're needing to share your voice. And then we also have priestess. How are you being called to step up and lead? Okay, so you're being called to step up and lead in some aspect. You want to ask yourself, how are you being called to step up and lead? Because this pile, you do have leadership abilities. So again, you're being called to step up and lead, but ask yourself, how are you being called to step up and lead? And then it says surrender. Fall into my arms, holding the opposites, extremes of life. Surrender, yes. Definitely, again, is spirit asking you to surrender and trust and have faith that everything is working out for you, okay? And so we have adjustments are required. Okay, yes, because you are meant to transform and shift your energy. So the adjustments that are required, I feel as if this has to do a lot with your mindset. You're needing to shift your mindset, shift your what you believe, your thought process, and learning how to trust more. But there are adjustments that are required in order to bring in this energy shift for you, and to know that you and your loved ones are safe. And again, new moon in Cancer, so this is Cancer energy showing up again and again. Cancer energy is huge about trusting your intuition, so this is a huge message. You need to start learning how to trust your intuition more. All right, and now we have the number 4 and the number 5 with higher power and orphaned. Okay, and again with the orphaned here, I do feel like this is reflecting like more inner child wounds. But I'm going to read from the guidebook. So with higher power, it says conscious contact with a higher power, the presence of the divine, seeing source energy in all things, committing to a partnership with spirit. This card reminds you that you are more than a person trying to get ahead and make things happen for yourself and others. You have an immortal soul and are gifted with a human life through which a higher power can express itself. At this time, you need to be conscious of your connection to spirit and foster it through prayer and meditation. Ask, what is the highest good for all? How can I serve? Then get out of your own way and trust that there is a plan for your life more wondrous than you can ever know. You are always protected and divinely directed. So look at that. Again, it goes with just trusting that you're on the right path, that there's a plan for you, that everything is working out for you. And having, like, growing more spiritually rather than being so practical, analytical, and focused on the physical material world. There needs to be like a balance. And then with orphaned here, it says a sense of loss, an identity crisis, recognizing that you don't fit in, the need to belong, uncertainty about your place. We were all meant to have connections with other people within our families, society, and the larger culture. No man is an island, and it's important to recognize when being a part of rather than separate from is essential to your well-being. The issue at hand is the need to find where you fit. Be true to your core truths and values. Perhaps you no longer identify with a group or community the way you did before and need to find a new situation. You might be feeling a deep sense of loss or confusion. Address the need for belonging and know that you will find your place with others of like mind and spirit. It's okay to let go of pressure to fit in. Not everyone will understand you. It's time to move on, okay? So perhaps you're feeling like you're being misunderstood at this time, or you feel like you're not fitting in with a group of people that you used to feel like you fit in with. Sometimes this just means that our vibrations are shifting and changing, and as our vibrations shift and change, we tend to drift apart from people that we were once on the same wavelength as. So that could be happening here. Maybe you're feeling alone. You could be feeling really lonely at this time, but again, as you start to shift, change your perspective a little bit, this is when you're going to see and find like-minded people, okay? But it's all about perspective, mindset, trusting in yourself, trusting in spirit, co-creating with spirit, and being a little bit more like intuitive and spiritual, letting your intuition flow, letting spirit flow, and really building that connection with spirit too and your higher self is gonna help, okay? So I hope that this reading resonated in one way or another. If it did, give this a thumbs up, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button and notification bell to stay up to date with my new pick a card readings, and thank you for sharing your energy. I really hope to see you next time. Hello, pile number 3. If you chose this crystal here, then this is your reading all about what major shifts and transformations are coming into your life or are happening for you at this time, okay? So remember, this is a collective reading, so please use your intuition to guide you. But first, I'm going to roll the dice here to kind of see what general overall energy we're working with. So please, Spirit, for pile number 3, what is their overall energy? What shifts and transformations are happening for pile number 3? Alright, so we have the 5th house here with Mercury and Libra energies. It could be a Libra, Sun, Moon, or Rising. But I feel like a huge shift and transformation that's happening for you is in regards to your 5th house here, in regards to self-expression. Oh, my battery is dying. 1 second. Oh, right. So yes, as I was saying, the 5th house, it's kind of in regards to self-expression and individuality. My camera is like tilted now. Let's see if I can. Self-expression, things like that. But I can also talk about romance as well. So perhaps there is a shift in your romantic life, communication coming in for your romantic life, communicating more, learning how to speak up, express yourself, creativity as well, like tapping into your creative side, or perhaps even healing your inner child as well, which the 5th house can talk about. So let's see what your card said here. So we have find peace within, okay? Exactly. So find peace within. And this could actually start by, you know, healing your inner child in order to find the peace within you. But there's this need to find peace within and realize that our external world is a reflection of how we feel internally. So when we aren't feeling at peace internally, our reflection on the external world is going to reflect that back into us, and that could reflect that back to us, which could look like toxic relationships, friendships that are difficult, situations and experiences in your life that just don't feel happy or bring you joy or bring you peace because you're not at peace. So really healing that internal, healing the inner child, healing just any wounds that you still have that you feel are getting triggered still is going to really help create a better reflection on the external world for you. And some of you could have Libra in your 5th house as well. or a Libra Mercury in your chart is what else I'm getting. But I'm also going to roll 2 more times to kind of see what other signs we might be dealing with for you, pile number 3. We have Gemini, so Gemini, Sun, Moon, or Rising, and we also have a Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising. And it's funny because Gemini, Mercury in Gemini, like Mercury is ruled by Gemini, and the 5th house often represents Leo as well. So there we go. Again, communication, stepping out of your comfort zone, showing your authentic self, okay? Now we also have spiritual signs of inclination. You're walking through passages of your transformation. Look at that. So you're definitely going through a transformation. You might be seeing signs. And you're walking through passages of your transformation. Again, I feel like this is also talking about like reflection in a sense, as how when you do that inner work, you start to see your external world reflect this back to you. And perhaps there is a passage that's opening up for you on your transformation journey. But let's see what else we have here. So we have letting go and wisdom. And this is really interesting. 5, 6, 7. I feel like there's definitely progression happening for you, but you're learning how to let go. And take this as it resonates, okay? So what is it that you need to let go of in order to find peace within? Do you need to let go of your limiting beliefs? Do you need to let go of toxic relationships? Do you need to let go of the old version of yourself? Do you need to let go of the past and heal and move forward, okay? What do you need to let go of in order to find this peace? And through this, I feel like you're gaining a lot of wisdom. You're gaining a lot of wisdom through your healing journey and through the experiences that you've been through. And this wisdom is going to help guide you moving forward, okay? And you also could be learning something new as well. I feel like you have a lot of creativity within you. And again, there's this need to communicate, speak up for yourself, you know, allow your most authentic self to come through. Step into your creative power as well. It's like speaking your truth. So we have pride and we also have environment, okay? The number 44 and the number 19 or the number 10, completion of a cycle could be happening as well. Perhaps struggle to be proud of yourself. And this is just an indication that you need to learn how to, you know, be your own cheerleader in a sense. Like, be proud of where you are at, what you've been through, what you've overcome, what you've accomplished. And with environment here, it's very possible you're letting go of a toxic environment, or this is something that you have let go of recently. And because of this, this brings in this new transformation and shift for you, because you're finding more peace now that you're not in a toxic environment. And this starts this whole new beginning, this new journey for you. And we have trust and travel. Okay, so yeah, travel. Look at that. So definitely some of you are changing environments. You could be moving. There's a sense of travel happening for you, or this is in your recent past, and this is where the energy shift started, was when you traveled. Some of you could be traveling soon though. There's an indication of traveling, and with environment showing up and letting go, you could be letting go of a toxic love situation and moving onto something, like onto a new environment, leaving a toxic situation behind. And if you're not in a toxic relationship and this is not your message, then you're definitely traveling somewhere in the near future. There's a sense of travel, and there's also this sense of trust and like trusting in your journey here, trusting in yourself, trusting in that everything is working out for your highest good. And some of you, if you've been in a love situation that was painful, that you've let go of recently, then you could be called to speak about this, to communicate about this, to write about this, but you're definitely learning a lot from whatever this experience was where you weren't at peace within. Now we have transition with the moon, right? The number 13 or the number 4 here. So you're definitely in a transition phase here. You're definitely transitioning from something to something else here. I definitely feel like some of you have moved now. I'm definitely getting like this sense of travel, this sense of movement. So some of you have definitely moved or are moving away from something. And this could either be physically or mentally. You could be mentally shifting away from something or physically moving away. And there's a huge transition happening in your life right now where you're letting go of something, whether this is letting go of an environment that was not healthy for you, letting go of a person that was not healthy for you, to find that peace within. And then we have introspection here. So yeah, and look at fluorite, and we have fluorite twice. What are the chances of that synchronicity? So you're definitely getting a lot of signs and synchronicities from spirit. But introspection, yeah, you're needing to do a deep dive within and really heal. And I feel like a lot of what happened in your life stems from childhood and childhood wounds, and your inner child really wanting you to, you know, heal. Okay, so you're doing a deep dive, definitely. And then we have sacred sexuality and release. Look at that, release and letting go. Okay, so you're definitely being called to release something, but I want to read from the book because this is a newer deck and I'm just interested in hearing what it has to say. Okay, so with sacred sexuality, it says our sexual self and sexual energy is such a layered and potent part of who we are. It can show us our wounds. It can provide healing. It can help us manifest. It can teach us boundaries and can fuel and empower us. Sacred sexuality does not mean that your sexual presence or expression needs to look a certain way. It simply means that your sexuality is sacred as it is. It is a core part of your humanity as well as your spiritual and universal self. This card asks you to examine your relationship to your sexual self. Is there anything that needs tending to? Is there anything that needs healing or releasing? Wow, look at that. So take that message as it resonates, okay? Sometimes our wounds can manifest as not knowing our worth. In turn, we may accept too little for others. Perhaps we seek connection in the wrong places. Perhaps we use our relationships with others as validation. It can end up looking so many different ways, but at some point we may realize we need to source from within. Rose can be a beautiful teacher in reclaiming ourselves. It helps us understand how our sexual nature and heart merge and what we truly need. If we struggle with true intimacy, Rose can teach us how to surrender to that. The thorns of the rose are also an important aspect. While we undertake the process of opening, Rose can also teach us how to put up the necessary boundaries. Okay, so wow, that's really deep and powerful. But there could be some healing that's needing to be done in regards to your sexuality, in regards to intimacy, okay? And then with releasing is a lot easier said than done. In fact, we can spend a whole lifetime trying to break free from our limiting beliefs or painful experiences. Sometimes we have an idea of where we want to go, so we compartmentalize and repress the things we believe are holding us back, but we still want to honor ourselves and our experiences. We just want to give ourselves new options of behavior so we are not stuck within the same old pattern. Spend a moment reflecting what is no longer serving you, what is old, stale, and taking up space within you. What would you do if these things didn't take up so much of your energy, and what other behaviors and beliefs do you wish you possessed? Okay, so this is something that you are needing to do, is look within to ask yourself what it is you need to release. Whether it's old behaviors, old patterns, limiting beliefs, a partner. Okay, for some of you it's a romantic situation, but for others of you it stems back to childhood, and realizing that if you're codependent on relationships to validate who you are, to make you feel worthy, this is something you're needing to work on and, you know, kind of heal so that you aren't looking towards others for validation. when it comes to your self-worth, but that you can find peace within to give yourself that validation. And this will actually bring in much healthier and happier relationships into your life, okay? So let's see what else we have here. We have Virgo, the alchemist, okay? Methodical, efficient, insightful, healthy, dutiful, solitary, perfectionist. So some of you could be perfectionists. You could have Virgo placements in your chart. We have ascendant, okay? Outlook, worldview, mission statement, expression, role, mark, attitude, outer self, point of view, body image, likeness, approach, first impressions, okay? Uranus, revolution, breakthroughs. You're going to have a breakthrough moment. This is a lot of, you're going to have a breakthrough moment in yourself, in the way that you view yourself, okay? And also in your values and what you value. You're going to have a breakthrough in the way you look at yourself, and in the way that you look at, it's like a perspective, right? How you see yourself and how you value yourself, your self-worth, and how you value others as well in things and possessions. Maybe for a while you put a lot of value on the material sides of things, and now that's starting to shift a little bit, in what your values are going to start to shift as you do this mindset, you know, transformation and change is kind of something that I'm also getting here. So now we have 2, the answers you need are coming, the full moon in Gemini. So Gemini is showing up again, a lot of Gemini energy, but the answers you need are coming. And then we have life lessons, earth, school, soul growth, study, higher learning. So some of you could be going back to school if that's of interest to you, or learning something new, but mostly this is about life lessons. So there's something traumatic that you've been through. There's a lot of hurt and heartaches that you've been through, I'm feeling as well, and you're learning through these hardships. There's a lot that you've learned throughout these hardships and these struggles, and you're kind of learning that, you know, we come here on earth to learn how to deal with our emotions and to learn life lessons in order to have that soul growth. And I feel like that's something you're realizing and you're learning, but I also feel like some of you are wanting to study something new, or have been studying a lot and could be interested in higher learning. And then we also have awakening, energetic upgrades, a new way of being, integration. Yeah, look at that, a new way of being with the ascendant here. You're transforming, in the energy shift that's coming your way is that you're someone new. Your being completely went through an awakening here, and it could have went through an awakening because of a really intense, powerful situation that happened to you, where you traveled away, you moved, you let go of someone. There was some heartache, some hardships in regards to your romantic life for some of you, but whatever this wound is, it caused a huge awakening and a huge energy shift within you, and you woke up to your self-worth. You woke up to, you're no longer settling, and you're letting your authentic self shine. You're learning how to love yourself, right? You're not relying on anyone else to give you the love that you deserve or desire, because you know that the way that you love yourself is what's most important, okay? And as you do this, and as you release the past and heal, that's when you get shifts in regards to romance, in regards to the relationships around you, and you're able to speak up for yourself and be more in alignment with who you're truly meant to be. And you get creative energy, your creative energy shifts, and you're no longer blocked in your creativity, and you could even be traveling more. Or again, I still feel like a lot of you traveled in the recent past, but let's see what else. A change in the wind, look at that, and exchanging gifts. These are both beautiful cards to get, in my opinion. So let's see what it says for you. With the number 12 here, change in the wind, a sense that unseen change has been initiated, preparation for a storm, awareness that your plans are not on firm ground, feeling a shift, uncertainty about which direction the winds will blow. It's human nature to yearn for certainty and resist change, to want the world to remain consistent like a zebra's stripes. Yet nothing in human experience is black and white, nor will anything remain static. The one thing guaranteed is change. Now is a time of transformation as outer conditions are temporarily moving out of sync with your desires and expectations. Stay the course and remember that even storms serve to clear the air, scatter seeds, and nourish the soil for better things ahead. Life is about to get interesting. Anticipate it with curiosity as you wonder what is coming in on the shifting winds. The unknown is where the magic lies. So there is a shift and a change coming and happening for you, and perhaps you feel like, you know, you had to lose everything in order to find yourself, or you had to go through this like upheaval in order to, you know, come back down and realize what you truly value and what's truly important and meaningful to you. Whatever the shift is, it's happening for a reason. It's happening for your highest good here, okay? So do not panic, do not stress. This is going to be overall a good shift in the end. And then with the 27, we have exchanging gifts, the law of giving and receiving, currency trade-offs, weighing costs, and determining value. You're entering into a productive and enriching time when all manner of opportunities are being offered to you. You have everything you need to seize them, yet in order to honor them, you must put in the time, exchange your experience and skills, and commit heart and soul to what you're choosing to pursue. You can do it. You have what it takes to be successful if you align with the law of giving and receiving. You must engage in a dance of give and take, push and pull, doing and being. If you let fear guide your choices, you could deplete yourself or create an imbalance. This is not a time of just do. Use your currency wisely and be mindful of the value others bring to your life. Okay, so again, learning all about values, what you value, and creating this equal exchange of give and take will end up bringing more to you, okay? So pile number 3, I really hope this reading resonated in one way or another. If it did, give this a thumbs up, leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button and notification bell to stay up to date with my new pick a card readings. Thank you for sharing your energy with me, and I really hope to see you next time. Alright, pile number 4, if you chose this crystal here, then this is your reading all about what changes and transformations are coming your way. Alright, so what energy shifts are happening for you. This is a collective reading, so please use your intuition to guide you. I'm going to roll the dice to kind of see where this energy is, what energy shift is coming for you, pile number 4. So please, Spirit, for pile number 4, what energy shift is happening for them? We have Scorpio energy, Scorpio, sun, moon, or rising. We have the 3rd house, and we have the sun. So you've got a lot of changes and shifts coming within communication and your immediate surroundings, perhaps as well shifts when it comes to siblings or relatives or neighbors, things like that, your immediate environment, and specifically to like communication. So let's see. Oh, also, I'm going to actually roll this 2 more times. Scorpio again. Alright, Scorpio again. Oh my goodness. Is there any other signs besides Scorpio, Spirit, that are watching this? We have Sagittarius and Libra. So Sag, Libra, sun, moon, or rising, or Scorpio as well. So remember your worth, okay? So in regards to this energy shift that's happening for you, it's really important, pile number 4, that you remember your worth, okay? Sometimes you may forget your worth. Sometimes you may undervalue yourself. And Spirit's really saying that it's really important to remember your worth. And perhaps this energy shift is you remembering your worth, right? And behind this door here, we have the art of life. There's no sacred light in the aura of an invisible life. Be bold in your skin. Let your love dance in sight. Some of you are needing to express yourself more, to speak up more, to put yourself out in the spotlight and to not hide, right? Maybe you try to live an invisible life. You try to live in the background. You're scared of being in the spotlight. You're scared of speaking up. You're scared of communicating, you know, who you truly are. And this is like a shift that's happening for you, is you're learning how to embrace who you are and step out into the spotlight a little bit more and communicate a little bit more your desires and your wishes. So we also have for you safe travel, love, and prosperity. Okay, so we have the number 22, the number 3, and the number 1 here. So with safe travel, some of you may be traveling soon, and maybe you were worried about if you should travel or whatever else, but this is a sign. I mean, take it as it resonates, but you could be traveling sometime soon. And also there's a change and shift in regards to your love life as well. And there's also a change and shift when it comes to prosperity. So some of you are stepping into a very prosperous time, prosperous energy, okay, which I think is beautiful. And maybe that's too, some of you, if you have your own business and you charge for your services or whatever else, you could be starting to charge more and starting to value yourself a little bit more, raise your values, raise your prices for what you charge, right? That's for some of you if you are like, if you have your own business or whatever else. And then we have willpower, we have reconciliation, we have career, and then we also have lighten your load, okay? So you guys have a lot of willpower. You have a lot of strength within you, and I feel like you like to take it on, right? You take on everything. But Spirit's saying lighten your load a little bit. So this could look like, instead of taking on tons of clients for a lower price, you raise your prices and you take on less clients, right? Work smarter, not harder. But if you do work a lot in regards to, you know, your job or whatever else, I feel like you're needing to lighten your load a little bit. Don't overwork yourself. Take time to rest, okay? There is a career shift happening for you. And in regards to this, I feel like it could be, the shift could be like learning how to lighten your load a little bit if you can. There is also this reconciliation happening for you as well. So take this if it resonates. If you know, were fighting with someone in your recent past, there could be a love reconciliation. There could be maybe a friendship, but I do see love showing up as well. So maybe it's hard, maybe your job comes in between you and your significant other at times, you and your partner at times. Maybe this is something you're working on, okay? But yeah, you do have a lot of willpower, a lot of strength, a lot of determination within you, and you've probably been needing to have a lot of willpower in the recent past here. And lightening your load and really focusing on, you know, shifting the way that you know, go after your career, in a sense, could be what's happening for you. And then we also have moderation with the number 14 or the number 5, and synchronicity, okay? So yeah, moderation, again, lighten your load, doing things in moderation, not taking on too much work, don't burn yourself out. This could also mean, like, when it comes to anything in your life, doing anything in moderation is what's key, whether that's food, consuming drinks, consuming TV, consuming social media. Moderation is key here. Lighten your load, moderation, very important. And you could be seeing a lot of synchronicities, a lot of repeating numbers. Perhaps animals are showing up in synchronistic ways. You know, hearing messages that are just like, they just are like, okay, wow, I was meant to hear that. Whatever synchronicity you've been seeing or signs, this is just an indication that that spirit kind of coming through to remind you. Moderation, lighten your load. And then we also have here for you ancestors, soul work, and shadow. Ooh, and with that, I also want to look at the astrology, the 4th house, the sun, and sextile opportunity. Yeah, you have a lot of opportunities coming in for you, specifically in your career as well, that can bring you a lot of prosperity. But I think you have to be really careful about what you say yes to and doing and taking on opportunities in moderation, okay? Because you might be someone who wants to say yes to everything, but just be careful. And then also we have the 4th house. So there could also be an opportunity too, with safe travel here, an opportunity to start planting roots, right? Perhaps getting a home, changing homes. This is also about family, home, background, comfort, cooking, inner world, self-care, habits, and things like that. So if you have any habits that you're needing to, you know, be take into moderation here, then that's another sign for you. But also what I'm seeing here is ancestors popping up, and the 4th house also talks about ancestors. So again, in soul work here, I feel like there's part of you that you're working on transforming. Like, I feel like your ancestors and your lineage had a way of being that was passed down to you, and perhaps part of this is that there was this mindset of like, you have to work really, really hard in order to be well off, in order to be secure, stable, and support yourself. You have to work really, really hard to do this. And this is something you're trying to break. You're trying to break that mindset. You're trying to remember that, you know what? No, like, my worth, I can be of value here. I can make money without having to work hard. I can lighten my load and still be able to receive just the same, right? You're kind of working on, you know, whatever limiting beliefs that were passed down to you through your lineage. I feel as if you're working on transforming that. You're working on transforming this shadow side to you, this mindset that you have to work yourself super hard in order to receive money and things like that. But I'm going to read from the guidebook to kind of help put into perspective what some of these mean, because this is a newer deck to me. With ancestors, it says this card is encouraging you to deepen your relationship with your ancestors and bring whatever you want guidance on to them. If you have not already done so, make an altar just to your ancestors is a good way to begin. You can ask them what they want as offerings and put pictures, if you have them, or symbols of them on it as well. It may be a good idea to take a pilgrimage, if possible, to the places they once lived. If not, learn as much as you can about them and where they come from. You may ask them if there is any healing that you can do for them. It is important to honor our ancestors and where we came from. Do so however you can. This card may also signal a need to tend to our ancestral trauma. We can inherit the suffering of those in our lineage. This is an opportunity for you to remove blocks within yourself, but also to release your ancestors from the trauma as well. It reverberates down our entire lineage, so while we may view it as something that hinders us, try to view it as a way of healing many more than just yourself. Sometimes we can become reliant on the guidance of others. It is important to remain sovereign and independent when holding counsel. Understand that working with your ancestors is different than working with other guides or allies. They will have their own opinions about you and your life. You may need to use discretion. Okay, so yeah. For me, I feel like there was this, you come from a lineage, an ancestral line that worked really freaking hard. I feel like they worked really hard, and maybe sometimes they undervalued themselves. And you're working on breaking this cycle and learning how to, you know, receive without having to push yourself to absolute breaking points, burnouts, and exhaustion. Okay? And you're remembering your worth and your value here. And then with soul work, well, with shadow actually first, it says this card indicates that diving deeper into your shadow at this time will be beneficial. It is through knowing our unconscious self that we find the root of our blocks, perceived limitations, and wounds. It is also how we come to know ourselves in our totality. We cannot reach our true potential without meeting our shadow and working with the parts of ourselves that we have been told to lock away or be ashamed of. This includes brilliant aspects of ourselves too, not just perceived flaws. The truth is, your shadow is your greatest gift, okay? So again, I feel like there's a lot of mindset and limiting beliefs that were passed down to you that you are working on breaking, specifically around career as well. A lot of limiting beliefs in regards to your career, in regards to how you receive prosperity, in regards to working hard and things like that. And then we also have here soul work. All right. Soul work. Sometimes while we are navigating our day-to-day life, we can lose sight of our highest purpose in this earthly realm. This card asks you to once again check in with your soul purpose. It is not possible to be derailed from your soul path no matter where you are, but clarity does help us show up for it in a more intentional way. What are you here to teach? What are you here to learn? What stirs your heart? Spend some time reflecting upon your soul mission and how you can integrate it into your life, okay? So yeah, I feel like this is all tied into your soul's purpose here, and like really here to break ancestral wounds, ancestral traumas, and really have a prosperous life where you are in synchronicity with your love life, your career, and your finances, and you're able to travel and have all these opportunities. But you're really needing to work through limiting beliefs, mindset blocks, and any trauma that might have been passed down to you, okay? Now we also have Mercury showing up and Jupiter. So yeah, Jupiter is all about abundance. Mercury is all about speaking up and communication. Again, with the 3rd house there, communication is key here. Your mindset, your mind, the way that you think, your thought process. Okay, and you do have Jupiter on your side here with curiosity as well. So really kind of getting curious about what it is you want and desire, and really getting curious about your ancestors and your ancestral lineage here, your family, your roots, and kind of like figuring out, you know, where you can kind of break the cycle, break the patterns, right? Oh, and we also have the 7th house, which I didn't realize was here. So again, 7th house talks about relationships and partnerships as well. So maybe you come from a family of, you know, divorce and just like hurt love life, like hurt marriages and things like that. And you're here and you're going to be breaking this cycle of, you know, heartache and hardship in regards to 7th house. This also is about best friends as well, and just relationships in general, and having balance. It's a Libra energy. And we have a time for healing. Look at that. Yes, you're definitely going through this healing process here where you're working on healing and releasing and working through any mindset blocks that are holding you back. That's the energy that's really shifting in, like a lot of healing energy for you, pile number 4. When we have empathetic starseed, okay, so you absorb, okay, so you're empaths for sure. You could also be a starseed, but you absorb other people's energy really easily, like really easily. Like you feel their energy intensely, and this is hard for you because sometimes your mood can change because of other people's energy. You let other people's energy affect you a lot, and because you might not have as strong of boundaries, and you know, really working on transmuting the energy that you absorb is really important. You can do this through like meditation and things like that. Definitely work on transmuting the energy that you take in, because you are an empath here and you absorb negative energy really easily. So that's something to be mindful of, and be careful of who you're surrounding yourself with. Okay. And then we also have Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. So there is a huge divine plan for you here. Again, I feel like some of you are planting seeds and, you know, creating stable foundations for yourselves here. Some of you could be truly changing homes and starting a new family life in a new home, things like that. But you're laying down foundations here, stable, sturdy foundations for you to build a prosperous life, okay? There is a divine plan, and you are definitely on this path. Now we have fork in the road and serendipity. So let's see what these say for you, pile number 4. Fork in the road, time to make a decision, considering the consequences as you prepare to act, owning up to your obligation to make a necessary choice. Every choice has a consequence. You've arrived at a fork in the road and are being asked to come to a decision. Will you further your dreams by choosing left or by choosing right? Will you take the road less traveled or the one well worn by others who have come before you? This is your choice and yours alone to make. Circumstances and other people will not make it for you. Be present and do not avoid this junction, for it is important crossroads. Take heart, as no matter which path you choose, you will have a rich and meaningful experience. So there's something that you may be needing to make a decision or a choice about, and this could be in regards to your career, to be honest, or it could be in regards to your home life, your family, or partnerships. Okay, those are the 3 areas I'm seeing here. You could be making a choice if you should lighten your load or not, or choose a different career path, or, you know, move, buy a house, things like that. But whatever it is, the choice you make ultimately will lead you to where you're meant to be, regardless here, whichever path you choose. It's up to you. And again, I feel like you're kind of focusing on making choices that break you out of these ancestral cycles of trauma that you might have within your lineage and things like that. And then with serendipity, with number 18, which I think is a beautiful card, it says, Opportunity allied with readiness. The awareness of synchronicity. Look at that, synchronicity, opportunity, okay? Luck and good fortune appearing as signs and symbols, a magical alignment of events. You stepped into alignment with the greater good where your dreams and the collective dream resonate in exquisite harmony. Now is the time for luck and preparation to meet and create miracles that you could never have planned all by yourself. Keep in mind that you are a channel for providence right now, as a higher energy uses you as a force on behalf of the whole world. Your fortune becomes everyone's fortune. Everything you bring into being now will leave a wondrous legacy for others in the future. Your service to the world is being supported at this time. Expect the unexpected and smile, for Spirit loves you so very much. That is beautiful. Like I said, you are creating, I feel like you're creating like a legacy for yourself. In the past, your ancestors might not have been able to have the opportunities that you have today in order to create this like prosperous, stable foundation for their family, and you're able to do so. You're in alignment with the opportunities to be able to do that, so, and break this cycle within your family. And I love that for you. I truly feel like you're leaving a legacy behind that, you know, generations after you are going to be able to benefit from, and the whole entire world will be able to benefit from your healing and your, because there are a lot of you that have lots of healing abilities because you are so empathetic, I should say. So that's beautiful. Remember your value, remember your worth. The shift that's coming for you is in regards to your career, your family, and just breaking these ancestral trauma cycles and wounds and healing. And it's just beautiful energy, pile number 4. So I really hope this reading resonated in one way or another. If it did, give this a thumbs up. Leave a comment below, hit the subscribe button and notification bell to stay up to date with my new pick a card readings. And I really hope to see you next time.